Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my humble home, my humble casa, my hacienda on the windy hills of Livingston, Montana. Okay, today's date is May 15th of 2022. Now, what I thought I would do is try my hand in a little comedy here. So don't run away, because I'm about ready to make a fool out of myself. So don't click out, just hang right in there. And while I'm thinking about it, if you like what you see here, subscribe to my program. Give me the finger. You know what I mean. Thumbs up, thumbs down, ring my bell, do a little dance, do a little jig, you know, that kind of stuff. Show me some activity, ladies and gentlemen. Show me some love. Just kidding. Don't get all twisted up here. Okay, the first thing I want to do is take a little sip of coffee just for the heck of it. Why? Because I love burning daylight. This is cold coffee, ladies and gentlemen. The wife and I have discovered that cold coffee is a lot better for your stomach than hot coffee. That the acids don't affect you near as much, but I love drinking stuff out of a mason jar with a handle on it, you know. So, top of the morning to you. But here's a question I need to ask you real quick. Have you guys ever went through a time period in your life where everything turned to sheet? I said sheet, not the other sheet. S-H-E-E-T. I don't want to get spanked by YouTube for swearing, you know. Well, I just went through a couple of weeks where my weeks were full of sheet, okay? The first thing that happened to me is a couple of weeks ago, I got a really bad cold. I lost my voice. That's why I disappeared off of YouTube here. You know, I try to limit my videos where I'm not making too many videos, you know, making too much of a nuisance. But the deal of it is, if I can't talk, I can't make YouTube videos. Matter of fact, I got so worried about losing my voice and whatnot, I had my wife give me Uncle Joe's test. You know what I'm talking about? President Boo Boo. Well, anyway, I got better. I didn't have COVID or anything like that. The second weird thing that happened to me is I bought a Benchmade, what I thought was a good, authentic Benchmade knife off of eBay and got ripped off. I got sold an imposter, a counterfeit. Boy, that ticked me off because the way my channel is here, I'm trying to get out of the knife reviewing business, which is exactly what I'm doing. But anyway, I did get, that took me a while to clean up that mess, but I did get my money back. But yeah, I definitely got ripped off, you know, an imposter knife or whatever have you. The third weird thing that happened to me is I decided I wanted to buy an auto-loader Benchmade knife, i.e. a switchblade. But come to find out, in some states, Montana ain't one of them, switchblades are illegal. And this outfit that I was trying to do business with wouldn't sell me this stupid thing because they needed to know if I was active military, active police, or active SS. I'm just kidding, or whatever have you. I said, look, I'm just a retired Vietnam veteran. I played around with stuff, Sonny, because I was talking to a male, that'd scare you to death, and you're jabbering at me about whether I qualify to own a switchblade or not. You're going to have to give me a break. I got so mad during that conversation, I just canceled the order, hung up, and went about my business. Okay, getting down to the joke that I want to tell you, only this is a true story, you know, in my melodity of weird things that happened to me in the last couple of weeks. My wife one day, and this happened about a week or so ago, she said, look, I'm headed downtown to buy groceries. Is there anything special you want me to get you? Because sometimes the wife and I will eat out. Not very often. My wife is German and she's a very good cook. You know, and sometimes when she goes to the grocery store, especially at Albertsons, we got two grocery stores in this town, Town and Country and Albertsons. But over at Albertsons, excuse me, they've got a really nice deli. Okay, and they've even got a little Japanese guy in there that's got his own little sushi stand. Sushi, I said. Makes his own sushi and stuff like that. Now, I've been eating sushi for about 20 years. It took my son-in-law probably about 20 years to talk me into eating sushi because I thought sushi was nothing more than raw fish. That isn't the case, ladies and gentlemen. Most of you know this. It's got rice in it and a bunch of other stuff, not just raw fish. I personally think sushi does. To me, it tastes like some kind of a dessert or something. So anyway, the wife goes down to the grocery store, comes back, gives me my little plate like this. It was, a little tray about like this little plastic tray, covered with thin plastic on the top and all that kind of stuff. And so I take this and I'm looking at it, because I really do like sushi. My wife doesn't like it, but she bought her some just to try it, But I peeled back the plastic on the top, and my wife bought me one of these combo trays. 3 different kinds of sushi in a row, Okay, at one end of the plate, there's this plastic stuff that looked like grass, but it was plastic. It was just, I now know it was just a little divider. And there was a bed of pickled lettuce. No, strike that cabbage. Pickled cabbage or fermented cabbage. And I'm picking around on this fermented cabbage and eating. I go, man, this is good, And on top of that bed, there's this green stuff, a blob of green stuff, about, like a tablespoon or a teaspoon and a half full. It was a blob about like this, It looked like a flower. It looked like somebody had squeezed it on there with one of them cake decorator icing tubes or something along those lines. Well, I get done picking around with the cabbage, and I thought, I'm going to eat this green stuff, but I never even asked the wife about it or nothing. I just take my fork and fork it into the whole miserable blob, which I say like is about a tablespoon or whatever have you, and I pop this whole blob into my mouth because I don't know what it is. But I can guarantee you by the time it was all done and said, I sure as heck knew what it was. But I get that stuff in my mouth and instantaneously, man, I had tigers growing in my mouth, firecrackers going off, Chinese New Year was going on. Come on, laugh. This is funny. What time is it here? I got to hurry up. Anyway, the fastest way I could figure to get rid of this burning sensation that was killing me was just swallow it. Like that. Man, this thing went down, that stuff went down in my throat like a rocket and went right down into my stomach, and it felt like a grenade went off in there. I mean, it was all I could do to get up, stumble through the living room, and fall into my bed over here, and just lay there and, I thought I was going to die. Look, in that session that I had between the bedroom here and my bathroom, I met Jesus. I gave up all my sins. I gave birth to every nasty, evil politician you ever met. I'm just kidding about that, YouTube. Give me a break here. It's supposed to be fun, I changed my life, and, I suddenly decided I didn't want to be an evil kid anymore, I was going through that kind of changes in my life, that stuff that makes you reevaluate your whole entire being. Well, that's what was going on with me, man. And it took me a good 2 or 3 days to get over that being overdosed. There you go, on wasabi. I now know that wasabi is green horseradish, a really hot horseradish. I know what horseradish is. I keep some real hot stuff around, but it's white horseradish. It's not green horseradish. And I also learned that you're supposed to take a little soy sauce and mix a little bit of that wasabi in there, and then take your sushi and dunk it in there. Just a little bit of that wasabi, but I took the whole load. I mean the whole load. Me, God, and Jesus, and Buddha, and everybody was dancing by the time it was all over with. Guarantee you, Are you finding any humor? Well, sign up for the program then. You might see more of this kind of stuff. What do I got here? Going up on 10 minutes. I got to get gone. Anyway, I lived, but it almost killed me. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see you on down the trail. Take care of yourselves, and adios, my friends. You know what I'm saying? Do you? Sure you do. Goodbye.